All right, y'all, we're back in business. We're back in business with another team builder. LOKIX is the man of the hour. Let's dive right on into it, shall we? So LOKIX, why LOKIX, Jam? Why not LOKIX is a better question. LOKIX is a very cool new bug Pokemon, and what makes it cooler as far as like why I use it is that it gets tinted lens, which means nobody is resistant to these hits. Unless you're a Corviknight and they use a bug move, then you still resist. But for the most part, nobody else is resistant to these hits. And it's also useful in that it gets first impression, which I actually didn't know was, I think, extreme speed level of priority. I thought it was Aquajet level, which I always wondered, like, why is it Aquajet level if it's such a big downside? So I figured, okay, well, it must be because of the base power increase. Because it's 90, right? What priority moves is that strong? So I was like, okay, maybe that's why it's so much downside, because it's not base 40. But I think it's that level of priority. So what does that mean? That means we can potentially first impression some Dragonites out here looking at extreme speed sweep. So nobody's safe. And then we're going to be packing Terra Bug with Silver Powder to bluff the Choice Band, because a lot of times these are banded as well. And so you can pick off a lot of cool mods. Backs trying to Terra, don't matter, bang. Cinderace, weakened, bang. Dragapult, bang. All those mons typically resist bug, but not when you're a LOKIX, my friends. So we're going to be using U-turn for that young momentum. First impression, Axe Kick, just as the coverage for steals. And Sucker Punch for that extra bit of priority. In case we're in a bind or we can't first impression, or we've already first impression, because first impression only works on the first turn. So that's LOKIX for you. It's going to be a very, very swift team builder. So since we're building around LOKIX, it's not something that sweeps. Yeah, sure, it gets Swords Dance and things and such, but it's not something that's going to reliably sweep. But it's a phenomenal pivot. And it just has a right amount of nicheness where it can really pick off pesky mons. And so I figured, okay, well, what do I want? What if LOKIX is going to be U-turning, forcing switches and whatnot? We need some spikes. And what better spiker to support than Meowscarada? I just picked one. There are not too many great spikers, or spikers, period, in OU. I think about 5. And Meowscarada happens to be one of them, right? So decided to go with this one. It packs U-turn as well, but it also pairs decently with LOKIX. I had a Magnezone on one version of this team because they, would lure in Corviknights, and I may end up doing it. We'll see in practice. But the initial version had no fire resist, and so now we have 3. And so for type synergy, as far as defense, though it's an offensive team, I figured packing some fire resist would be pretty helpful, especially with Volcarona around, right? So heavy-duty boots, fairly simple, fairly straightforward. This is assisted by LOKIX and supports LOKIX in getting up the spikes, right? And it just has an amazing speed here. I'm not gonna go do Azu next. I'll put it in the order of what. So again, a zone was there initially, but because of the synergy thing, I had to rearrange it. Now we're gonna have Tusk for our rocks, right? We needed more hazards, and guys, check it out. This Tusk is offensive, insane, right? I was like, you know what? Let's switch it up a bit. Now it's gonna bleed into Azu. What was one of the common Tusk switching? Opposing Tusks, Rotom, Corvis, right? And so these bad boys like those guys being weakened. Dragonite and Azu in the case of Rotom, right? And so I'm rocking offensive Tusk with Terra Fighting. So on the off chance there's a moment where I was like, not only do I want to CC, but I want to kill you with the CC. Then we can mash him up with the close combat. This also helps in certain cases if Dondozo's around and I want to get a ton of hazards up. If it's not heavy boots, then we can close combat mash him up, you know what I mean? So offensive Tusk, we're going to try it out. Whether it should be knock and one of the stabs, or close combat and 3 attacks with spin, I don't know, we'll see, right? But Tusk, never leave your home without Tusk. The item is also, it could be a couple different things. I could make this booster we'll see in practice. There could be red card, it could be eject button. Like there's several ways to run this. But I am not the most well versed with offensive Tusk, so I'm learning, still learning. I'm always a student of the game, and so Tusk is here, based on a lot of things that LOKIX and Meowscarada. Well, I wouldn't say a lot because Meowscarada does like everything except Corviknight, but it based in a lot of the other things. And so Azu is here, just typical Azu. I decided to try it. Partly because I had no dragon resist, and I was like, oh, I don't want to use a steel type. None of the steel types would have really supported the thing. Sure, Gambit could have worked, and Gambit would have provided, an additional ghost resist. But I already have 3 dark types. Sure, it doesn't really matter when you're talking about winning the game. But I wanted to try something I haven't tried before. If you notice, a lot of this team is filled with things I haven't used, especially in Skeledirge, Azu, and who the hell uses LOKIX, but more so offensive Tusk. So we're going to be using a pretty simple standard belly drum Azu. There are a couple ways we could have used this Azu, but I figured just rocking standard belly drum should be sufficient to try this out. Now, the last mons I added were Skeledirge, and I believe I had Polton. I switched out for Dragonite. It's a fairly physical team. It's a fairly physical team, right? And that might end up being a thing where I'm going to switch it out because Dozo could be a real pain in the ass. I think as I was building it, this was before Azu was there. I think I had Dragonite there as a secondary Volk. I think Dragonite was there initially, then I added Skeledirge. But Dragonite was there as a Volk support. But I can see a case for Polt or even Hydreigon. Hydreigon could have a very, very solid case here because it gives me similar ground immunity. We'll test it out and see. But there's a case for Hydreigon here for sure. That helps me a bit with Dondozo, but at the same time, it could physically overwhelm the Dondozo. Encore Azu is also an option, but I'm not the biggest fan. It's very situational. So typical Dragonite. So the last mon is Skeledirge. Dragonite, as I said, was there a little before, so the synergy standpoint, it's kind of a part of an older version, and I just left it on but now as I'm reviewing it, I'm like, I just realized it's really physically oriented. Yeah, we'll leave it as such for now. Then we have supposed to be Terra Water. Sub Torch Song Skeledirge. It's a fairly standard set. Substitute originated when Garganical was incredibly popular, right? And this can set up on Garg because Salt Cure is doing next to no damage. Dragon Dance, Terra Normal, Terra Fighting, Terra Water. Yeah, so all of them have their typing except I think Dragonite and Skeledirge. So yeah, this is the team, and the spread. Shoutouts to Mav. I just stole the spread from his sub. I didn't know enough about what is this to be supposed to even take. So I was like, okay, well, this team was fairly successful for him, and the Skeledirge, I'm assuming was successful as well. So we'll just use that and then adapt as we go if we see any chinks in the armor. And that's the team for today. And I'm trying my best to cut the team building process down, or at least shred it to something as straightforward as possible. I didn't go over the steps, but by now you should have known the steps, unless you're a new viewer. If you have any questions, let me know in the description down below. The comment section down below. We're gonna hop right into the live. So we're gonna use this team right now. All right, so we're gonna get this party started. I definitely think Hydreigon, just in case, it's funny. I was saying just in case I run into something that's very physically defensive, the way the team is structured now is not good. So Clodsire and Avalugg is the perfect, like a Hydreigon would wash a team like this, but Dragonite cannot. And so I'm very convinced I'll have to make that change. I'm not gonna make it in the live just because you committed to it. You'll see the changes tomorrow. But I'll do the best I can here. I can destroy him with Azu depending. I need to find out what the Clodsire is. I can destroy him with Skeledirge. So that's how I'm going to find out what the Clodsire is. I'll try to Skeledirge him very early in the game. And the way I'll have to do that is to get Skeledirge on Avalugg. You can also overwhelm a little bit with the hazards, but it's not super reliable. Meowscarada. Because I know Rotom is coming. I just don't have any counterplay. I guess I could have. No, that wouldn't have worked either. If it's Will-O-Wisp, so be it. It's like I see Overheat, which means that either going to Will-O-Wisp here or Volt Switch. I'm gonna mid-ground Skeledirge because I can heal. If this isn't the case, then he'll go to Avalugg to check me. Okay, excellent. This is the position I wanted. So now I get the opportunity to sub, and I get to see, okay, is this Clodsire unaware? Is it Water Absorb? Probably gonna EQ the first turn. Earth Power. Okay, that's interesting. I sub again. He won't. He's gonna go for hazards. Okay. This boy said no. Oh wow. I got played there. I got played in a phenomenal way. It wasn't phenomenal for me, but I did get played there. So Balloon, interesting. I've never seen that. I'm glad that I spiked because I would have gotten rid of the item anyway, or I get rid of the item here anyway. Now Tusk is a really big problem. I don't know if I want to go hard Tusk here because he's Iron Heading. I don't have any counterplay to Iron Head. I'm not defensive Tusk. Okay, I'll make do. Because I'm Roxing. I don't think Avalugg can. Is there Earthquake? Can that even kill me? It does have Earthquake. So we slack here. Okay. Okay, buddy. Okay. You say you're spinning, huh? You're spinning. You've made your mind up, huh? 39%. If I Terra, I won't die. He's fire now, which means that he's now weak to my Rotom. I mean, he's weak to my Dragonite. As if that's gonna do any damage. But what I could do is Terra Normal, and I'll wash him. It's also weak to my Azu. Now he's very weak to my Azu. I think so. Shadow Ball would do. This is where I need a special attacker. Like, this is fucking embarrassing, you know? So I'll slack off one more time to condition him in case he tries to spin this turn. 43%. Now I'll go, I'll slack off once more because I can. Sure, I could Terra, but I'm not going to 2-hit KO him. He crits me eventually. Yeah, that was going to happen. I wanted to, if I could get the crit. I wanted to get the Skeledirge here. He does Earthquake again. I guess that was too obvious for your boy. I have both my hazards away, so he's really committing to this Avalugg shit. So if I belly drum here, what the fuck do you do? Let's find out. Since you want to commit to this Avalugg so bad, what do you do here? What do you do? Sash. I see. That's what you do. Okay. Okay. It's better to U-turn because I don't want Gambit in. He's very weak to my Tusk. He's probably Overheat. I mean, he's probably Scarf Rotom, which means like my Dragonite just bodies him. Yeah. So he has to Overheat here. I mean, could Trick. So what I end up doing is giving up Scarlet, which is the weakest link. Sure, I like the Spike. He actually Volt Switches. This is phenomenal because I get this to hazard up. The Gambit is annoying. I have LOKIX and I have Great Tusk, and he's no longer choice. And I was gonna sack this anyway. I knew he was gonna attack, so it's like, why not, right? So I could go Tusk and CC. Or I could Rocks, fall into Iron Age would do a lot though. Would it do enough in the sucker? If I go LOKIX, because rocks would mean that the D Knight would die. I mean the Rotom would die after +1. If I just knock him out, yeah, because it won't do enough into sucker. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure if it's not Scarf, then I get to C now. And if the Dragonite is banned, yeah, it's Scarf. So if he overheat locks, it's over. So he should trick here. And this would confirm if he's Scarfed. Yeah, I figured he'd trick. And so now you go to D9. Now the beauty of this is that, and it was, see? I was gonna say it could be non-choice D-Knight. The beauty of this is that LOKIX's first impression, well actually I guess if he's Dragon Dance, his extreme speed still does a ton to me, right? But it's unlikely if he's that he's Roost. Yeah, interesting. I just extreme speed here. There's no point in me terroring. I could terror. He doesn't even use extreme speed. I don't know if he even had it. He already terrored, right? Yeah. So, I don't like the current structure. Dragonite did pull through there, but the Avalugg terroring really opened up the floodgates. Now, in a more offensive style of team like this, Dragonite washes. Dragonite's the guy there, but we could overwhelm him with several things on my team, right? But Dragonite's gonna be my go-to man. I love that LOKIX is faster than Loom. I love that. Love it. Love it. It's a beautiful, handsome thing. But yeah, we're gonna set up with D-Knight. I'll force a Terra early because one of these motherfuckers has the Terra. Skeledirge. Upon subbing, Skeledirge helps with the Iron Moth. But beyond that, it's just mid. Beyond that, it's just mid. Mid one. Could also help with Gambit a bit if certain situations are present. But Tusk, upon clicking that young close combat or that young headlong rush, it just eats them up. Mazu can eat him up too, but I need that Loom Sash broken full. And I'd have to deal with potential max speed Gambit as well. So yeah, LOKIX is my go-to guy. This should not be able to one-hit KO me. I'm very surprised. I'm assuming this is some kind of Terra, because this made very little sense to lead versus Meowscarada when you give up your booster. So our first impressions, I thought he can he could. I mean, he has to have a hazard. I could U-turn into Meow. Meow is okay. Because preferably, I'd like to first impression into U-turn. That way, he doesn't one-shot anything on my team. He's probably running a calc to see if Bandit first impression kills it. If he does attack me, hey, so now he's gonna go for the hazards because he's gonna assume that I'm choiced. Bang! Now that was a prediction, but honestly, if my LOKIX had died, it wasn't the end of the world. Me not having hazards up is a bitch. Truly. So what we're gonna end up doing is, if I Tusk, he likely looms. A loom is an issue. So much so that Tusk is so good though, especially when it spins. What to do? If I Scarada, he goes to loom. Honestly, I'm thinking going Azu to sack versus the Loom. So my action dude is going to Meowscarada here. I suppose he might not have gone Loom if I went Tusk, but the problem is that he could either Bullet Seed or Spore that turn. Whereas, oh, he goes Roaring Moon. Okay, so I did bait something else out. Just blessed. And his speed, which means the Acro's here. He won't acro though. He'll anticipate my LOKIX sack, and he's going to Dragon Dance. Do these run crunch? A couple ways we could go about this. Let's say I force the Terra flying. Then nothing else can Terra, but I can't get hazards up. Let's say I U-turn in the acros. Then I get to go to my Azu and click play rough. I'm U-turning. If he kills my Meowscarada, so be it. I figured that might happen, but the worst case scenario would have been, because now he's like, okay, well, yeah, I figured he'd leave it in because he's too scared. Roaring Moon being gone and my Loom breaking the sash. For the long game, I think this was a better exchange. Because now I can Tusk and whop him up, mash him up. Does CC do 81? If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. He hasn't Terra'd yet. Yeah, I probably would have killed. I've decided. He's gotten a special attack boost, so now I can go to my Dirge. I don't have to sack LOKIX just yet, because the special attack boost that he gets doesn't matter. Now, if he Terra grounds... because I Torch Song here, no. Okay, goes hard Azu. That's cool. Because he can't belly drum. If I Terra Water... do I need my Terra Normal? I don't. If I Terra Water here... because he'd Liquidation this turn. But Terra Water would mean the Iron Moth, but I don't care about the Iron Moth. Because it doesn't have a boost anymore. So my Dragonite beats that Tusk beats. So the sequence would go, because let's say play roughs here, I'd have to go something. Nothing on my team can beat this. So I think this is a good Terra Water here. Because he won't be able to 2-hit KO me. If he stays and he's going to Liquidation, he's banded too. So that's good. Wow, I crit him. But now this is perfect. Now he's going to try to Sludge Wave. And I get to go for the... do I DD here? Yeah, it's better to DD because... why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Because I'm going to have to kill him anyway. So why not Dragon Dance first? Now I can Earthquake. What did he turn into? He Terra Fairy and I still killed him. You know, it's funny. I thought about roosting that turn because I was like, what if he Terra Fairies? But now I can EQ. Even if he were to sucker at Fallen 5, my Great Tusk smashes him, yeah. That Terra Fairy was big. If he killed me there, I lost. If I didn't kill him, I lost. I mean, I should have contemplated Terra Fairy. But then again, what does me roosting accomplish if I didn't one-shot him? Unless I had Terra Normal. Yeah, unless I had Terra Normal. So, sure, we're winning the games, but as I said. And it's funny because they're like, sure, we're winning the games. And it's because of my Dragonite. But, I swear, like a team like this, my worst nightmare. And, of course, it's the 1600 guy. Because he has the Dondozo. And I don't have no thing for that. No thing. But Sub Skeledirge could do something if I smash Dondozo somehow. I need my Terra Water. Or else Toxapex breaks my sub and Garganico. I'm not sure how I win this, guys, truth be told to you. I need a mirror. If I had a Goldengo to stop the hazard control. Well, yes, in the race too, so. Yeah, I don't know if I can win this. I'll try my best. Like, I'm looking at all the options. I can see it if he plays sloppily, which is almost guaranteed. Okay. Okay. So I'll have him play sloppily. And if the Dondozo is not heavy duty boots, then there's hope. The worst case scenario would be Cinderace and I'm not prepped for it. We'll see how much the CC does to he might Will-O-Wisp. Sometimes they do that. Will-O-Wisp would be really bad. Let me think about this. If I go Skeletor G U-turns, staring down Garg. Garg versus Tusk. Let's scout the Will-O-Wisp. Okay. Yeah, it would have been too big of. Sure, I'd have killed his Cinderace most likely with Headlong Rush, but Burnt Tusk isn't worth it. So Wheelsong with the torches here, as likely Garganical comes in, or Pex. Interesting. I don't have anything for Toxic. I might have to Terra this. What else would I Terra? I might have Terra Fighting. Terra Fighting is really good. Surf. Okay, let's do this. The problem is that the Dondozo is going to come in, but Dondozo doesn't have a favorable situation versus me. So I'll Slack first. Come, what? Bruh! What the fuck? This is the one motherfucking Sludge Bomb Pex in the game, and it's max special attack. There's no way you're breaking my. I have a lot of Spadef. Let's try that again. I have a lot of special defense. Okay. I was about to say, like, bruh, chill out. Is it red card? Ah, that's a good Spadef drop. So what would you go to here? I have a lot of Spadef. So if he ever, like, the fact that he broke my sub surf took the damage. Oh, okay. It was Sludge Bomb plus surf. So it never breaks my sub. Okay. And bro is really finna give this Pex up. Which means he shook. Okay. I don't know why he went Garg first. This is a mistake unless I'm missing something. Yeah, this is a huge mistake. So I think he's getting flustered, which is good. Because this isn't a good play. I'll get the oh, she's getting flustered. Sub one more time. Since I'm good behind the sub, I can slack off on anything. Sure, I could KO him, but then I'm open to the Cinderace. Saw Cure plus EQ would kill me. Would break my slack off. I'm at 23 now. I'd be at near 50. That's better. Though I don't think Torch Song will kill him. Yeah, so I'll actually be a little less. I'll be a little less, but this was the situation I expected. And then Torch Song now the problem is I'm running out of subs, but I'm at +6. He might forfeit here, not realizing he has a Dondozo. He's like, oh no, or he'll just sack something else. Okay, so he goes to Dozo. We're starting getting special defense drops and critting all kinds of stuff. Shit, can't do shit to me either. Oh, Wave Crash is doing no types of damage. So I have the edge here. Crit me. How the fuck did he break? Oh, because I had him critting me there is a big deal. Should rest here, but if he doesn't, I still have not gotten a special defense drop, which is whack as fuck. So I'll keep shadow balling until I get a Spadef drop, because why the fuck would I switch? Jesus, come on, bro. Skeledirge, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? Skeledirge, how many shadow ball? I've used 10 and not one Spadef drop. My Skeledirge is exposed. Which don't need to be the case. Let me see, what could he sack? If he sacks the Scorvenite, then I partly don't want to sub because I have to slack off, but at the same time it doesn't really matter because Wave Crash isn't doing any damage. Come on, Skeledirge, are you serious? Get fucking crits or Spadef drops. Are you serious? Skeledirge is hot booty, bro. Maybe a Wave Crash here. Oh, he did. This shit is ass. I am so, like, are you seeing this, guys? I have used 14, and you already know Jam would have gotten crit. And finally, you whack piece of shit. What? Oh, bro's big tripping. You didn't touch me, so. Oh, good play. Crit him. Split F, drop him. Split F, drop him now. Yes. Finally. Alright, the shit doesn't matter. I forgot about that, actually. I forgot about that. We're two unaware goons. Like, I completely forgot that mine doesn't matter either. Alright, then let's. I actually shouldn't have done that. I should have healed. The Skeleton did what it was supposed to do. I'm not in an amazing position, but I think for me to be doing that little nice rest, wave crash, protect. So let's force him to rest. Split F drop. The curse doesn't matter. Because now I'll switch out. Nice spike this turn because he's gonna go Corby. Yeah. Let's see if it's helmet. My Great Tusk is in pristine position right now. It's pristine position right now. So there's Kelly. Iron defense, huh? I mean, he might go for. Okay. So he goes to Dozo as he should. Is it worth? Is it better to U-turn? This is an issue. But he only has 3 rests left. I just thought about that. That's actually blessed. So let's remove this thing's helmet because it's gonna be an issue for my Great Tusk. Excellent. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. Very surprised that he went Tusk. Because I'm actually. Just being weakened is going to be big for mine. Especially when he does dumb shit like that. Yeah. I can't heal, obviously, but. He has a Cindy. A Sludge Bomb and Spikes. Might have Baneful. Because right now, my Miascarada is essential. Him having Sludge Bomb. So D-Knight is going to have to work here. D-Knight is going to have to put in some work today. D-Knight is going to have to come on the job. To get on the job here. D-Knight is going to have to do some work here. Because that's the only counter I got to this piece of trash. It's Iron Defense. Which is like horrible for us. But just might be horrible enough to work. So a Tusk, which is great. Unless this is Ice Spinner, there's no way. Okay, I don't know. I'm okay with that. Okay, so he's okay. That's okay. I'm okay with that. The Tusk being weakened is big. Yeah, I should go Corvinado. I got a Skelly. He hasn't shown U-turn. Oh, he has. He should be. He might think he's faster than me. He should go Dondo's. That's always the play. But he doesn't have Sleep Talk. He has Protect. He hasn't burned any sleep turns, so he always tries to double here. Is a turn better to Rocks or to Spin? Rocks are better. As he goes Corviknight. I gotta time this right because this Corviknight can beat me by itself. And he's stalling out my Torch Song, which I know he's gonna try to do. That's not really the issue. It's more about the timing, because his Dondoza is such an issue. So now this is the timing I've been waiting on. Not literally right now, but because he's just gonna sludge bomb here. And this is where we're talking about the Hydreigon. Like, look at Hydreigon and look at this team. Like, I wouldn't even have to do the Skeledirge stuff. Like, Hydreigon would be sufficient for these styles of teams. But offense, we could just body with Dragonite. I'll EQ first because I know his type. Guy's kind. Okay. Alright, that's interesting. I actually misplayed here. I should have went to Great Tusk. This was a big mistake. If I go Skeledirge, he might Pex first. Man. Miarskirata first. Miarskirata. Miarskirata, Pex is too low for him to go Pex. I just realized the timer is not on. I figured Corvi would come out. This allows me to U-turn as he body presses hard. U-turns hard. Okay. This is fine because now he's within my Tusk's range. So now he's gonna burn one more sleep turn as I U-turn out into. Is it better to spike? It is better to spike. See, Cinderaces. It's gonna court change, but I'm willing to deal with the spikes. What I cannot do is allow Miarskirata to get fucking killed or burned. It's a bind. This is a bind right here. Because if I go to LOKIX and he does not... No, I can go LOKIX. If he court changes, I can U-turn out. Yeah, he does court change, I figured. And his kind definitely stays in here. Problem is if he goes to Corviknight, which he should. This idiot. I knew he'd stay in. The reason that's a bad play is that allows my Miarskirata to knock you out, which you don't want. So Dondozo comes in on the... So Miarskirata here. This guy is truly off his rocker, bro. But he's 1600, so I can't say I expect anything less. But like, there are levels to like, okay, there's bad plays and then there's this guy. You know what I'm saying? And even there, Pyro Ball was not a play. You should always Will-O-Wisp again. But it worked. So now I'm pretty sure I lost because the Skeledirge is too low for his Corviknight. So basically, it's not over, especially because he rests there. Rest wasn't necessary. I think if I U-turn into the Cinderace, now I have to U-turn out here to the Corviknight. I got the only ways to have him start throwing with rocks. Yeah. I could spike this turn. No, I don't need to. Yeah. Now I Aqua Jet this time since bro really got no brain up here. Since bro what? How? 50. This shit is max. It's fine. It's not the end of the world, but that was how 58% to a Cinderace. Him being alive is a big issue because now he goes Pex. Yeah. I'm gonna go hard Tusk because he has to recover here and he's offensive. So, oh, he doubles to Dozo and he can't. This is big. Must CC hard. Hopefully he goes to Corbin. Oh my goodness, what an awful play. Yes, what an awful play. That play was so bad it hurt. Oh, that play was so bad it hurt. Because the problem is that this Dozo could Terra, I think. I don't think he had Terra'd yet. It's probably something, a Terra type that my Great Tusk beats. The way he's been playing. We always Flower Trick. I haven't shown it. He's scouting for Leaf Storm. I think he's max Spadef. I don't know because the Shadow Ball was doing decent damage, but also not. I don't know enough about Dondozo. But it's funny because yeah, it is a type. I was like, I bet it's a Terra type that my so this is great for a couple reasons. One, he loses his item. So I was like, it's probably a Terra type that Tusk beats. If he curses again, does he live? Probably. But he has to rest. But if I lose Tusk, I probably lose to Pex. If I go Skeledirge here, I gotta time this right. I got how many Shadow Balls? I don't know. Could he KO me with Wave Crash? I doubt it. So my Azu not killing that Cinderace is gonna really bite me in the ass here. So let's say he curses. Let's say I have 2 more Shadow Balls. I'd go ahead, he'd click Curse, then I'd go Tusk on the next turn. He'd rest here as I go hard Tusk. Because Wave Crash would be a throw. Yeah. I gotta do a lot of damage here. It's not doing shit. It's doing enough though. Oh, that's a bummer. It's a Dondozo. So now, now that Tusk is alive, all I gotta do now is sack my Skeledirge and go Meowscarada and U-turn. Actually, I have Flower Trick. Flower Trick should do enough to Pex. Just leaves the Cinderace in. But this was a weird game. Just Flower Trick spam. This is a strange game. I'm surprised I won it. Not that I like from a skill standpoint, but bro had the tools to work me. Facts. It's already 7:30, and I'm just uploading. I'm done recording this. So back in the 1800s, we're gonna keep pushing with Hydreigon. I think we can deal with offense fine enough. Or maybe that's not true. We'll find out. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.